everyone, it is me again, Penguin21, and today we're going to try something a little bit different here. Now, one of, if not the biggest things here that I try to do on this channel is try to use the entirety of a YouTube video and really talk about it. But, obviously, certain videos have points in them that are much longer than my accredited, I don't want to do more than 10 minutes per video thing. Because, again, I use the whole video for the most part, and only skip past parts that I really think that are doing it, and usually I skip and move things faster to just get the video down to a length. I do this because there were times in certain videos where I went into the 30, 40, 50 minute mark, and I'm like, I cannot upload this in any good conscience because no one wants to hear me talk for that long. It is just not a good time. So, yeah, obviously there are times when I have to edit videos down and stuff, and I think that this is going to be a slightly different, if newer, format than most people are used to. I'm not going to be using the whole video of this, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But, obviously, got to do the quick little shill bit. I'm trying to hit 1K by the end of the year. Subscribe, please. That would be very helpful. Number 2, obviously, music stuff down in the description below. I'm working on some more tracks and things. If you want to go and check that out, I'll links to socials and stuff in the description below. Yada yada. Let's get to this. I also do art because, yeah, contact me if you want anything. Not important. What is important is the fact that I'm going to be today talking about a British Potato's response to another response of this response sort of thing. It's the response loophole scenario. Overall, what is this a response to? Well, in no uncertain terms, a British Potato made a video on the whole Tetris drama that was surrounding it. Now, the whole Tetris drama, in short, was a 13-year-old kid beat Tetris. That's really it. And then Sky News picked up the story and then proceeded to do all the shit that Sky News does. And, again, we can get into those points when they come up. But just know that this is a response to that, and it sucks because most of the actual video isn't a response to the actual critique. Literally about, 2/3, if not, most of the video is of him talking with someone else that has nothing to do with his points or anything like that. In any case, I'm going to skip past, the first minute as well because I just am not there for that. I'm also probably going to edit that part of the video to just be either just the audio or have a flashing thing in front of it so it's copywritten material and blah blah blah. Anyway, let's get started.
A couple weeks ago, but you know what, since it's a relatively slow month just in fucking general, I might as well just talk about it because why the hell not?
Man, you know you're desperate when you have nothing to fucking talk about and you just have to make a response on something, right? And see, that's why you don't take YouTube serious. How big is your channel anyways, mate? Let's see here. Which response was this again? Moment of Sanity guy, right? 1K views, mate? Listen, okay? I mean, not to be a dick. No, a second thought, I'm going to be a dick. You don't have to pump out videos all the time consistently. You really don't. Just make videos whenever the fuck you want. If it's something worth talking about, talk about it. Okay?
I mean, yeah, again, if you want to really talk about the actual videos and stuff and make video content on something, yeah, absolutely. You have to find a worthy thing to talk about, and your video is a bad take, and we're a commentary channel, and obviously speaking, yes, if your video is bad, we will talk about it. No one is above this. Not you, not Griffin, not fucking anyone. Literally, I've talked about people that I have defended before on this channel. Because when you have a bad take, you're not above critique.
You don't need to force yourself. Maybe you thought this was something worth talking about, but yet again, you just said it's been a slow week of news, so I'm glad I was able to make content for people to be entertained with. That's for fucking sure. I mean, it's slow news day and people are fucking responding to me. Hey, fucking have fun with it. Shit. I'm glad I finally...
Okay. And that's mostly true. I know that I have a schedule that I usually try to upload at least on Tuesdays, but that's more of a personal thing. If you want to take it less seriously, take it less seriously. I know people who get hundreds of thousands of views from not uploading on a schedule. But I have a schedule because I take it a little bit more seriously than some of my cohorts, but that's because I'm trying to grow, and that's kind of the point here. Like I said, I want to hit 1K subscribers by the end of this year. It's just, you know, everyone has different standards. I try to upload at least once a week because it just helps me keep track of time at this point. I don't have anything else better to do, so yeah, I'm wasting my time here as well. And he's going to go into a whole wasting time thing right now.
Give people some fucking content to make. Goddamn. This is why you don't do fucking commentary responding videos all the time. There's nothing to always respond. When your whole content relies on people to respond to, and there's no idiots making videos, you know, you kind of just have to wait it out.
And that's not even getting into the fact that this man has unironically made an entire community post right here bragging about the fact that he apparently threw his girlfriend in front of a car and would gladly do it again.
Fucking hell, man. Oh, shit. You know, I heard you about the chuckle when you heard that, too. It's like, it's fucking hilarious. I don't know how you can read this. I don't think you know how to pick up, like, sarcasm, like, at all. It's fine. I don't think anyone on the internet does. Because after all this, man, it's been a fun adventure.
Yeah, Sanity, if you do end up finding this video, that was clear sarcasm, at least from what I could tell, and the whole call that's been kind of talked about around this, again, I'll get into the whole conversation around that a little bit, but the whole call and stuff, and the whole, what the fuck, the whole fraud joke was just, it was a joke. Like, again, I can kind of tell. Again, it's a bad joke, don't get me wrong, but it's still kind of a joke, and stuff like that. It's like, sometimes, you know, it's weird.
That's how stupid the internet is. It's actually really funny. And all it took was me talking about some crap drama that I don't even remember, I don't even care for, honestly. What I'm going to be doing for these responses, though, isn't going to be like a normal fucking response. I don't give a fuck for the whole Tetris crap, if I'm honest with you. Like, that's just a springboard for the shit that's going to be hitting the fan today, alright? Because this is going to be fun. Don't even think about the Tetris drama, because it's not even valid anymore. It doesn't even matter. It's so behind. This is something very fascinating, though.
So yeah, just as a note, by the way, this guy is, like, Potato is trying to defend the points he made against the news reporter and Ludwig as well, because no one was pointing out that this was also Ludwig, who has, like, millions of subscribers, in the last video that he made, and that he is doubling down on this bad take. I didn't really want to cover the first one because I had other things to talk about at the time, but at the same time, making a response and doubling down doesn't help your situation, really. But yeah, just for context, his take was bad. Basically, he was saying that there was this 13-year-old kid who was a professional Tetris player, by the way, does live streams and stuff like that, who quote-unquote wastes his time with Tetris, and who broke a record for playing the Game Boy version, specifically, of Tetris, and beating it, quote-unquote. And again, not beating Tetris in that context is just you get the maximum score, and the game crashes, because it doesn't know how to calculate it. And that is, like, literally no one has done this since the 80s when this game was released. And it's like a world first that he did this. And that the Sky News anchor was basically denouncing the whole thing to this. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, that's just a bad take. It's like a very bad boomery take there. It's like, call up fucking Jack Thompson. You got a new wife or something like that. You know the whole joke thing there.
It's funny by throwing him in front of an electric Mercedes, which would have been fucking hilarious if I did. Would do it again. I thought it was a clear stinger that I'm fucking around here, but hey, again, it's the internet. People can't take a fucking joke. So, let me explain something. About 3-4 months ago, Nier decided, for some reason, he likes to record conversations without getting consent, which we want to talk about things that are illegal. That's one right there, but hey, whatever. It's not as bad as throwing someone in front of a car, but I never did that, so we don't have to worry about it. But the thing is, he did like 4 recordings or something, and I knew he was recording me in all those sessions, so I exaggerated a lot. Like, a lot, if I'm honest with you. Me throwing someone in front of the car wasn't even the worst thing in that 4 conversations. I mean, shit, you should just ask Nier, like, hey, release the fucking Snyder cut of those conversations, because they are something else.
But yeah, he then goes on to explain the joke, which TLDR, he doesn't understand consent laws for recording. He says that they got recorded without consent, which in some cases does work, because again, consent laws, at least in America, speaking in terms of American consent laws specifically, you can record someone if you have their permission and if the law is 2-party consent. that is. It depends where you live. Like, I think it varies state to state. There's certain states that have like one-party consent, other states where it has two-party consent, and it usually defaults to the state where the recording happened. So if, say, he lives in a two-consent state law area, yeah, that's technically illegal. But if he lives in a one-consent one, you have no ground to stand on. Like, that's purely and utterly that. But I don't know where everyone lives, and frankly, I don't give a shit. Again, I'm not a lawyer, so go and talk consent laws to someone who actually knows that, it gets very crunchy, but yeah, we're skipping past this point.
What's this? Oh, my significant other's calling me right now. Look at that. Give me a sec. Let's answer this call and see how me hitting him with a car went.
Oh my god. And then he just decides to take a call for the next, 15 minutes of this video. Or, the 10-15 minutes of this video. Great. That's not happening. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that because, quite frankly, I don't want to fucking even indulge the whole point of his conversation there. His whole point in that conversation, from what I could gather, is just him talking with his boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other. I don't care. Because, again, it's very interesting how he basically just decides to take a call and then also record the conversation of the call on the video. So way to fly in the face of the earlier point of consent laws there, bro. It's really good. Really, really good. You gotta love it.
What was that? Almost fucking 15-minute conversation randomly with my significant other. Okay, well, there you go. You have all the proof you need that I hit him with a fucking car. Also, I'm not joining a VC with anybody. I just said that so I could get him to say that shit. So, there you go. That is fucking hilarious. I'm gonna have to edit that fucking call now.
Again, I'm not going through that whole section because, one, it's not important to the point of the video. Two, he goes on for, all of the video, and I just don't want to, pad the runtime of this one. And three, it's mainly that they're to apparently be rage bait and prove that it wasn't, a big talking point of the video. And again, it's not relevant to my points here, so I'm doing that. So I'm skipping that whole conversation.
And as you could tell, I called him a fag, and he called me a gay bitch, so... Oh, actually, that's another thing of a response I wanted to talk about. Let's go towards that. I think that was a Nier's video and someone else's, but I can't remember who the other fucking person was. There was 6 responses to me. I didn't watch them all. I didn't even watch any of these, if I'm honest with you. I watched, the first 10 seconds of them. I think I somewhat watched Nier's video when Griffin was responding to it, and there's a part maybe I'll find it and I'll just play the clip. So, give me a minute to find the clip.
Yeah, I actually had notes for this one, so I'm reading out the notes here, and I put down literally dumb, didn't watch them. You have to watch the video to get good responses. I take notes on the stuff to improve my stuff. Yeah, again, I didn't watch this whole video. Sure, certainly, but that's because most of the video you don't defend your points. You just have a conversation with your significant other over the phone for 90% of it. So, of course, I'm going to edit that part out to just make sure that I get to the point of what you're trying to defend yourself on this one. So that's just yeah, again, call me a hypocrite all you want, but I'm not listening to a conversation that you recorded with your significant other for 15, 20 minutes. That's not happening.
This is coming from the guy that cheated on his girlfriend for a trans person.
Oh yeah, thanks, Nier. You just proved why I got a fag pass. Yeah, I can say fag no matter what the fuck I want. Because I am one, so I can say it. That's why I say it, because I can do it. It's like when you're black, you got an N pass, right? You got an N-word pass. It's the same thing when you're gay. You could call people fags because you got the pass for it. Plus, I don't know why fag became such a huge slur now these days. It's kind of funny. I was watching old South Park episodes, and man, I didn't know how much South Park used to throw the word fag around. It's fucking hilarious. But now, people are little bitches online, so you can't say fag or else you offend somebody. But yet again, I'm a fag myself, so I can say it and get away with it. So, fuck you, society.
Dude, that's not the point. First of all, I saw the Nier video, yeah, and it's a good video, by the way. But his main point is that he was bringing up, and the part that you're bringing up isn't even the main point of what he's talking about, because he's bringing up the whole being able to use being able to use the words in specific contexts, and yeah, absolutely, there are times when people can say one word and it means something and say another word and it means... It's like, the thing is, right? I personally don't use that word because unless it's specific contexts, like with a specific person and whatnot, but that's just my personal preference. And using that, and like, I'm fairly certain I can use it, I just don't want to, and it's not in my vocabulary, because I feel like if it is, it just, like, makes the word disingenuous and bad. At least, again, that's to me personally. Everyone has their own things to it. But there's a small bit in here that I'm going to skip, where he talks about the whole VC, where he says that he gets left, where he left the actual community and left YouTube specifically because he just wasn't feeling it with YouTube, and that he got kicked out of a Discord because, like, reasons. I don't want to go into it, and nor do I have enough information to speak on it confidently. So yeah, again, the whole point here, by the way, is that I am like 18 minutes into this video, and we haven't talked about the points on the Tetris drama, so we're going to skip to the actual point of the Tetris drama. So, yeah.
I've said many, many times in that VC with you and all those friends that I really didn't want to make videos anymore. I was forcing myself to make them. I really didn't want to do it. Me cheating on that said girl just made it easier for me to just leave. Honestly, and you and Frog putting me in a VC together, like, we're gonna kick you out of our Discord. I was like, okay, I don't give a shit. This gives me more of a reason to leave. So yeah, if anything, it was a jumping off point for me to leave, because I was getting tired of YouTube. You might be asking yourself, why did you come back all of a sudden? Well, I saw this drama happening about this fucking woman talking about Tetris for 10 seconds. I thought it was hilarious, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to just fucking shit on people. That's the whole reason why I did it, because the whole reason why I liked making videos in the first place is to shit on people. So this fucking girl, this lady, just saying this shit is just like, okay, yeah, perfect opportunity. Because I honestly do believe video games are a waste of time. That's another thing. I remembered that a lot of people said I said that wasting your time is a bad thing. I mean, it depends how much of time you're wasting. I mean, you could waste your time. I think even near in this video, he brings up me making an Indiana Jones review. And it's like, yeah, I wasted my time making that. I don't regret it, but I wasted my time doing it. I'm fine with it. I don't care.
Okay, we finally get to his actual points, and they suck. So let's talk about this. So, look, Potato, the reason why people are talking and coming back to you is because you have a take that was very bad and that you cited with Sky News again. Which, like, again, if you know Sky News, you know that that's kind of stupid. But the whole thing as to why people are defending this kid is because, again, 1, he's 13. 2, he's a professional player of Tetris. 3, he dedicated this victory to his dead parent, like his dead father, who introduced him to Tetris and stuff like that. 4, the actual Tetris, like, itself hasn't been beaten in forever. And it's just like, again, since the 80s. It's like, this is a huge accomplishment. And then they go to list out other accomplishments and stuff like that. It's like, dude, not cool to defend this stuff. It's just so weird to me.
I don't know why people keep calling me hypocritical for that. Like, oh no, video games are a waste of time, which means wasting time is a bad thing now, I guess. I don't know. Just depends how much you waste. Like that fucking kid wasting a whole Christmas just to finish Tetris, maybe even longer. Like, yeah, I'd say that's a substantial waste of fucking time, but hey, whatever.
So yeah, look, people were getting mad because you had a bad take, and yes, you were also wasting your time. And being less productive, might I add. Like, you just don't understand that it's not the fact that you were saying, oh, you're wasting your time. It's the fact that you're wasting your time doing something far less important than, like, breaking records and, you know, contributing to society. You could have just shut your mouth and just, like, not responded at all. And, like, that would have apparently been an accomplishment. Because this is not it, Chief. If you have a bad take, expect people to commentate and to, you know, criticize you for it. Because that's how critique works. Also, it's not a waste of time if you literally break a world record and have it documented in the history books. Like, that's not a waste of time. You contributed to an advancement of some kind. It might not have been a big advancement, absolutely, but you're not wasting your time if you're accomplishing an actual goal of the video, or of, like, the thing that you set out to do, you know?
I actually don't really give a flying fuck. I just used it as a springboard to, get people to fucking respond to me, which worked. And that's something else near you know about. You and Frog know that. I have constantly always asked you guys, let's start some fucking drama, because I'm bored as fuck. Because that was the only thing that kept me interested in making videos, is starting fucking drama with people. Because that's fun as fuck, right? And every time I brought it up, you and Frog were always like, nah. So, you know what? Fuck it. Okay, let me throw out a really controversial take and see how it goes then. And of course, I give you a bunch of bullshit about me running someone over with your car, which you actually believed, and you took it. You took it and ran with it, which is pretty funny.
So wait, you did this just to start drama? Like, that's the whole reason why you made the previous video and this one? Well, that's it. You've officially lost all credibility as to me, at least. Like, you've officially lost it. Because you had some credibility, you had some good points, but you've officially lost everything. Because if you freely admit that you want to start drama just because you're fucking bored and you want to do that, you are not a good person if you'd want to do that. Like, it's not a good mindset to have. Like, there's a reason why I don't start drama, for the most part. Like, I don't like rocking the boat or doing anything that gets me in trouble. For the most part. There's some times when it's like, you gotta poke a bear, and when you do, you gotta do it. But there's like another 4 minutes of this, and I'm not talking about that. I'm tapping out of this one. Like, I know that this video has been pretty sparse already, but there's no way in any good conscience or anything of that nature you can look me in the eyes and say that if you try to defend yourself after saying, oh yeah, I just wanted to start this drama just to see the fireworks and like sit back in your comfy chair and eat popcorn and smoke some weed, like you don't get any sympathy from me for that. You don't deserve to be in a conversation talking about this. If you, one, don't know what you're talking about, two, are just doing it to be a contrarian and stir a pot that like you really do, that's like, and add nothing to it, and three, are actively seeking out drama to make videos and stuff on, you do not deserve any of my sympathy for you. You literally don't deserve any. Because it takes so much of a shitbag mentality to just say, oh, I did this for the lulz. That might have worked back in the 2012 days of the lol, so random troll days. But, number one, if you're a grown adult, don't do that shit. Like, at all. Like, if you're above the age of 18, you should have the proper mentality and the proper notion in your brain skull, right? To say, don't do that. Like, it's a respect thing. It's not good to have a mentality where you are bored, let's start some drama, and then make a video talking about the drama that I started, but make myself look better than I was during the drama. How in the fuck can you, in any good conscience, talk about this shit in a positive way? No. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. You had no reason, number one, to make the video. And number two, you shouldn't have made it. Like, keep that shit to yourself if you just are doing it to stir drama. It's a bad faith argument, it's a bad argument, and that's a bad thing in general.
Hey man.
Do better. Don't be a shit potato. But, anyway, I think that'll about do it for this video. I know I got a little bit more angry and that this whole thing might be edited a bit weird, because, again, it's not my typical style, and it might take me a while to actually edit this down. But I just wanted to talk about this because this is important, at least to me, and it just shows the sheer amount of stupidity in that sort of argument. I hate that. I hate that so much. Anyway, if you like what it is that I do and want to support me in any way, shape, or form outside of your viewership, which is always enough, by the way, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Looking to hit 1K by the end of the year. Love you all. And my name is GamePanguin21. Potato definitely fell off a cliff somewhere and hurt his brain. And a peace off.